There you go. Yeah. No, it looks like backpack. Might be golf bags. It is golf bags. Marlo is on it. It is a golf bag. There's no doubt about it. Probably an investigator. Maybe he was going southbound and he came across the lanes. Yeah, maybe he was going south. What's that right there? Push back in right by the curb. So maybe he was going south and he crossed lanes. There. Oh, there's the debris field. There, right there is the debris field, though. Yeah, he did. He was coming down the hill. Oh, definitely. Definitely coming down the hill. Copy all. Yeah. Vinny will follow along. Copy all. So start at the car and then go right to that little intersection. Yeah, right. And then show the evidence. All right. Well, Marlon, nobody's giving us any kind of official information, but we do look at accident scenes all the time up here at Skyfox. And one of the things that we were talking about is this on the north side, or the side of the Hawthorne where you're going uphill, and that was one of the things we were so concerned about. A lot of times we can see a debris field, and this time we found one as well. It appears. We are by no means an accident investigator and by no means condemning or saying what went on down there, but from the evidence we're seeing down there on the road, this is going to be Hawthorne Boulevard, and you can see that vehicle was traveling downhill, and somewhere right there at that intersection, that's when it all kind of starts. You see some debris on the road right there, some of that wood chips kind of thrown out, but then as we pan along a little bit, you can actually see spots that they actually were evidence. They're on the road. Those are parts of the vehicle as it was coming apart right there, and then basically hit that hillside, probably started to roll several times, and look how far away this is from like where it was last on the road to where that vehicle ended up. Also, you asked me earlier on, Marla, if those were golf bags. We did able to push in. We can identify those as golf bags. That is really just it's tragic to look at. It's very, very sad, and you can see how that vehicle just kind of came to a rest or landed right there. Heavy front end damage. Clearly that vehicle tumbled several times. It might not even have rolled. It might have been end to end as it kind of bounced along here on the side of the road, coming to stop right there. You talked about airbag deployment. I can tell you it looks as though every airbag in that vehicle went off at one point or another. And also, we hear that LA County Fire, they had to use the jaws of life. We don't see any physical evidence where they were cutting into the vehicle, but clearly you can see that they tore apart that windscreen to get Tiger Woods out of that car. So again, this is an accident happening out here. They were calling it the intersection Black Horse. Black Horse is a little bit farther up the roadway, but the majors out here, up to the north would be Silver Spur. It's actually closer to Palos Verdes Boulevard. The road that we're looking at there is Hawthorne. And again, we were thinking, how do you get that kind of speed going up this hill? It's very steep, but now we're seeing that it was actually going down the hill as it basically lost control, went across that center divider, probably hit that other curb right there and started tumbling. Again, these are just what we're seeing, the evidence, how we see it being laid out down there. We're not condemning or saying how this accident happened, but it does really, you really see that clear path of debris and then where that car ended up. And of course, you've just got to think, how fast was that vehicle moving at the time of the crash? Possibly there was a medical issue, who knows? But he is way up on that hillside, and you can see the damage to that vehicle. Marla? What were you saying, Adam? I'm sorry. What'd you say, Adam? Oh. What'd you say, Adam? What'd you say? You were trying to say something when I was talking. No, I was... Yeah. Yeah, he rolled this way. Yeah. Yeah. Right, and the roof isn't scuffed up. He's going to survive. I just hope he didn't mess up his back right out of his surgery. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not condemning him. I have no idea what happened. Maybe a coyote ran out in front of him. Who knows? The only person that knows is him. That's a sign that says Rolling Hills Estates. Yeah, it was probably in the center. Right there. That's what, right there. Yep. Yep. The mites. I mentioned that. I wonder if he hit that tree. Oh yeah, there's no skid marks. Yep. I've never met Tiger Woods. But that's the thing. We don't know if he's there. He might. It's being a celebrity, they might have taken him someplace else. And we also, they're saying critical, but what is? Is it life? Right. Right. Here's UCLA Harbor. That's a good one. And then they might have taken him up to Cedars. Probably because she lives out here. Yeah, there is oil spots. You want to see it? We can go back. We got shots of it. It's right there. Okay. Yep. Yes, you did. We show that to. Well, that's right, Marlon. Somebody was talking, I'm sorry, Roxy, excuse me, was talking about that sign. Vinny and I found that sign actually on the roadway, and it is actually sitting up. You can see where it still says, welcome to Rolling Hills Estates. There it is. That's what's left of it. And that was at that corner right there, and you can see that basically he plowed right through it. Also, there was talk about oil in the roadway, so Vinny just passed right by that right there, but there's a lot of oil right there on the roadway. So that was the path of the accident. Don't know what kind of oil that is, if that's engine oil or if that's actually it looks more red, so perhaps it is it's going to be transmission fluid. And of course you can see right there clearly marked the license plate of that vehicle from the Genesis Invitational, just laying there out in the roadway. So this is definitely the path of that vehicle, and as Roxia was talking about, this is downhill. We can tell just by looking at it, it is a very, very steep grade. So coming down the hillside right there, somehow something happened, lost control of the vehicle, went across lanes into the northbound lanes, and then up onto that very, very steep hillside. The most bizarre part of this crash that we can see from up here in Skyfox is that that vehicle basically tumbled from front to rear to front to rear. Not rolling like you would see most vehicles. You can see that rooftop right there, no damage. The sides, they have, buckling, and that actually might have even been from firefighters standing on the car working to get the victim, Tiger Woods, out of that car. But you can clearly see that this vehicle tumbled from the front to the rear as it made its way down that roadway and up onto that hillside. It is. I am very, very hopeful just looking at this accident that Tiger, it will be okay. We understand critical condition, but there's even critical. There's different levels of critical. As soon as we get that kind of information, it'll answer more questions. But you can clearly see how the firefighters came here. They worked very quickly. They basically took that windscreen out to get Tiger Woods out of that wreckage and then off to a hospital. Right now, though, it's still a crime scene. Probably going to be a crime scene for quite some time. And again, what we can figure out just by looking at this vehicle is in the northbound lanes, but clearly was going south down Hawthorne, basically from the Silver Spur. That's a major actually to the south, but on the top of the hill, and making its way northbound. At the bottom of the hill is going to be Palos Verdes. That's going to be the major, and you can see this is how detailed they're going to handle this crash. And they're going to measure everything out. That's going to be the sheriff's department down there, probably specialized crash teams, and they're going to measure every little piece of debris from impact to where they found it to basically maybe recreate this crash and try to figure out what caused it. And of course, Tiger, he's the only one that, or Mr. Woods is the only one that actually knows what happened. So in the end, hopefully he'll be able to talk and tell at least the investigators how this crash happened. But again, very tragic out here, and a very, very bad crash involving Tiger Woods in the Rolling States area. Marla? But it was going opposite. Probably that one. Well, yeah, I would say you're on the entire time. Right. They didn't. Red coolant, yeah. You can't. It's not like a touch screen. You can't draw with your finger. There. 470. You can put it up. If it's on there, it should stay. Let me see preview. Yeah, there you go. You can show that. Show it to Pete. If you can hear me, take a look. Pete. You know what? When they come back to us, we'll do this. Hey, Simon Test, could you let the booth know we got something we can talk about? We have something that we want to talk about. Yeah. We got real information. Copy. Do you have it up already? Well, Marla, we're using all the technology we can get our hands on up here at Skyfox, and you can clearly see right there, Vinny found this nifty tool in the Skyfox Extreme mapping, and take a look at that right there. That shows you the distance, how far from that intersection where we first see the damage to where that car wound up. That's all 475 feet, almost 500 feet of travel that vehicle kind of just, rolled end over end at one point, ending up on that hillside right there. Again, this is just, we're just using the technology we have out here, just trying to put the pieces together, trying to figure out how this all happened. We know where that golf course is, and we were hearing where you were talking about how Tiger Woods would have been driving to that location. It all makes very much sense. Again, we just don't know how this crash actually happened. Of course, there could have been a coyote, there could have been problems. We don't see any kind of skid marks out here, and also, it could have been extremely innocent. Maybe there, like we said, there might have been a coyote, something in the roadway. You swerve just a little bit. Araxia actually explained it also. Hawthorne Boulevard, it is a very steep grade. Then all of a sudden, what next thing you know, you hit that curb and the car is airborne, or he has no control. You can see that debris field right there, and again, that line, that big line that you see in the shot right there, basically we put that where that intersection was and then showed from there to where that car landed, and it's giving you 476 feet, so that is quite a distance. That's going to be a rough number. This technology is not, legal or anything, but it just shows you that distance, how far that car was actually moving after the initial loss of control. Marla? Well, it's not litigious. Black Horse is farther up. There you go. Thank you. Maybe he was sleepy. Maybe he was checking his phone. Yeah. 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 I Hyundai. Yeah. $500 feet of debris. No, I didn't. Well, Rolling Hills Estates. I'm just messing with you, man. You're welcome. Yeah, I was looking as soon as you said it. I was looking for like the white, the sunshades or the silk shades to throw the light, and I don't see anything. Why would they have a turnout right there? That doesn't make any sense. Is that just for making U-turns? Yeah, you went, yeah, way too far. There you go. But we just don't know if that's where he was going, but just assuming. Yes, they are. I'll help you. Give me a second. That's so bizarre. My phone isn't updating, but my iPad is getting texts from the station. Go ahead. Yes, we showed that on television. We did it live. We did that live on television. Would you like to see it? It's just going to be registered to the Invitational, but we can show it to you. There it is. Yeah, part of the grill is there too. Yeah.